Thomas, hi there. It's Ian from Sky here.
Hi,
can you hear me okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Good. Okay. Look, the playoff final was only a month ago. Have you had enough time to get ready? Are you good to go?
I have to be. There's no other option not to be ready. Now, of course, I'm ready. When you are a passionate person and you are a privileged person to work with the most interesting sport in the world, and I'm a fan of football and sport. I'm ready, and can't wait to get started. Of course, I understand your question. Of course, that was if you only look at the result, I can say, I don't know if the word is disappointing, but just I'm searching for another word, but let's use disappointing. Not to get over the line, but I also, when I reflect back over the season, just make me so proud of what we actually created. We had a top season that ended with us being in a position where we could go to Premier League. At times, I think that we played some of the most interesting football in the championship. We scored the most goals, conceded the second least, and we developed some top players. So I'm very, very proud, and I'm ready to go again.
After coming so close last season, have you had to pick people up? Have you had to pick the players up? And in some ways, does going to a new stadium help give you a lift, give you that feeling that it's a new era?
I think it's in football and life, football and life just move forward. We don't stop and wait. So last season is history. Of course, we need to learn from it and take the best bit out and the bit we want to improve that. And of course, I think we all will have that kind of bit of pain in us until we are where we dream of. But that's the way it is. We need to go again. That when you compete, there can normally only be one winner, or in this case 3 out of 24. So there will be some that'll be disappointed, and if we can't handle that, then we shouldn't be in this sport or in this industry.
You brought 2 new players in, I think. Charlie Good from Northampton and Ivan Toney from Peterborough. What do you like about them? What do they bring to you?
I think if you start with Charlie, I think he's a very strong, aggressive defender. That he got good timing in his duels. I think he's composed on the ball. Of course, he needs to learn a few things in terms of how we are building up, what kind of passes we're searching for in the build-up, what kind of positions he needs to take there. I think his aerial strength in both boxes are top level, and there, of course, is things in the way we defend that he needs to learn. For example, having a very high back four, the pumping, the zonal principles. But he's really willing to learn and really willing to develop and go to the next level. So I'm very pleased. I'm very, very happy that we managed to get him over the line, because there was big interest from other championship clubs. Ivan Toney, top striker that fits the bill in terms of how we want to play. Very good link-up player, very good in the box in terms of his positioning, finding the areas we want to find when we are going for breakthroughs. Of course, there is again I'm very clear where I want them to arrive, and the small details we will work with. But very very impressed with his first couple of training days. So yeah, goal scorer, goal getter. He can sniff a goal, and he also got big strength in both boxes on set pieces. And I think he will link up well with all the players around him in terms of the way we play.
Does his arrival signal a departure? I mean, there's still a lot of speculation around your front three, the BMW front three, a lot of speculation around, particularly Ollie Watkins.
I think I would love to say no, because we lacked a second striker last year. Throughout the season, we had Nikos Karalis, and then of course Halil Devisoglu also were growing into that one. I know we have Marcus Forss back now, but I can stop all that talking and say we know there's a lot of rumors about a lot of our players, because we had a top season and we have some top players that also developed through the years to be top players. And it's no secret that Ollie Watkins and Saeed Benrahma are players that other clubs are interested in, and if the price is right, then we are open for potentially selling them. But that's the good part of being a head coach and not a manager. So I deal with what happened on the pitch and try to get the team to win on a Saturday. Of course, we do things together, as you know. Raz, Phil, Matthew and I, we take decisions together, but they take care of selling and buying players, and we together find out who we should sell and who we should buy. So the two of them, yes, is everything is hitting the numbers, and again, that's not my job. The rest are not for sale. So that's a very simple. As to the rest of you who will ask about transfer, that will be my answer. So I'll not. You can ask me, but I'll just repeat myself, no matter if you're asking about other players.
Have there been offers for those two? And do you expect the speculation to continue and intensify as we head into the final month of the window?
Yeah, the first thing that you can speak to Rasmus and Phil about. Two, I think the speculations will continue until the day they're not here or the window's closed.
So finally, it's your first competitive match in the new stadium. How important is that moving forward for the club? And what do you expect from Wycombe, who are newly promoted to the Championship?
First, I can't wait. It was a very pleasing experience to play the new stadium in the friendly we played against Oxford. But of course, it's a little bit more when we play the first competitive match, and so we really look forward to it. We're very excited about it. It's really that we are moving into a new home. We had to say goodbye to our old home. We loved that. We have fantastic memories, but now we're going into this new place and with top facilities and a top pitch, and can't wait to really get started. And now it's against Wycombe, where again I have to congratulate them with a top season last year. Impressive what they achieved by getting promoted from League One with one of the lowest budget. So well done to Gareth Ainsworth and his coaching staff and his players. Very very impressive. I expect for them it can't be a better place to start live on Sky against us. In the brand new stadium, so I think it's going to be a top game to watch. Hopefully, I expect us, of course, to dominate, but not the same like we're going to win it. I guess the one of you who actually watched the playoff final in League One against Oxford dominated, but they lost. So it's not the same that you're going to win.
Thomas, thanks for your time. Good to see you. Wish you well.
Thank you. Welcome.
Just before you start, Ian, sorry. Right, Ian, you should also have the ability to record now as well.
Thomas, how are you? Long time no see.
I'm fine, thank you. And you, Ian?
Yeah, I won't ask you had a good summer, because you've been working probably for most of it. And I just want to pick you up on what you said about when asked about Benrahma and Watkins, you said if the price is right, then the club are open to selling them. And then you said that's what is great about being a head coach, not a manager. Can you just expand on that? Because it would drive me mad if I was in your position and my 2 best players were sold, even if the price was right.
I think, I think there's only 12 clubs in the world that are not selling clubs. So that's a part of the job. So if I didn't like that, then I should look me around for another job. So that's a part of it. I'm very I feel a big satisfaction by being part of their development, and I know that I've been part with, of course, a top staff, been big part of the way they developed the last 2 and 3 years, and I think they deserve the move now, if the things are right.
If you kept them, you could achieve your ambitions, which would be to maybe win a division or to win promotion. Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, I understand what the ambitions of the club are, but by saying that you're a head coach, not a manager, does that mean that you can't realise in a way your own ambitions because of that?
Good question. You will see in a year's time. I think it's a part of that football balance, that players come and go, and we need to create a team that can perform. And when some players are leaving, some players are growing or taking that steps into the place or in their place, and they take a step up and then show their quality because now they got the opportunity. So of course we're all focusing on what we had. It was the same like the year before where we had Neil Maupay. We sold him, everybody thought it was a disaster, and we just actually made a potentially maybe an even better striker. So let's see what's happening. I can't do too much about it. Of course we have all ambitions, but my ambition is to do the best with Brentford.
In terms of expectations this year, do you think they've been raised after what you did last year? Do you think everybody now will be thinking they're one of the teams that we have to watch for promotion?
I guess you'll come to a press conference next week. Let me speak about that next week, because now I'm focusing on the next game, and that is the Carabao Cup against Wycombe, and we will do everything we can to win and get a good start in the new stadium.
You mentioned Gareth Ainsworth and the job he's done at Wycombe, and obviously a lot of people know about Adebayo Akinfenwa, who's a pretty unique character when it comes to football, and he knows how to put himself about a bit. Are your defenders ready for that?
I think he's a unique person and player in the most positive way, and I think the physicality he got, of course, is a strength, but also there's some weaknesses about it, like with all players. But we are ready for what will come our way on Sunday. And I also just mentioned Gareth before. I really like the story about him being a manager there for 7 or 8 years, and building something quite incredible and unique over years. I just like that. When managers or players, they are staying there for a long time to build something unique. You don't see that often these days, that players are a long spell in a club, or managers are a long spell in a club for different reasons.
He's in a heavy metal band. Do you like heavy metal music? You a bit of a rocker?
I think I'm a little bit more into the pop, but I think I'm pretty open for all kind of music.
My last question, the football club I support a few years ago moved into a new stadium, and to this day it's kind of like not really worked properly. The fact that the club and the team seem better at the old stadium than the new one. And that's happened down the years, Southampton, Birmingham, I remember. Just give us an idea of how you're going to try and make the new stadium home from day one, from Sunday.
I think it's a big part to do with the fans, and unfortunately they can't be there with us on Sunday. But I also think when you move into a new home, just literally a new house, for example, we all know that the atmosphere that was in the old house, or was very cozy or whatever. I think that's part of how you whatever decorate and stuff like that. But it's always down to the people that demands how cozy it is, or how fantastic atmosphere, or how all that. For me, and then of course there can be something with the construction of the stadium. I understand that with if you're a little bit too much away from the pitch. They're talking about that in West Ham, and now they have adjusted it. So as I see it, we still have a quite intimate stadium in the new one. So I'm pretty sure it's down to us, to the fans. And if fans or I or the players or who else, the press, the media, are complaining about it, we need to do something about it. We can't sit back, oh, it's much better than the old days. That's the old days. Come on, now it's the present. We need to do something about it. So I think it's down to, I like to take the responsibility on my shoulders, but I also always praise our fans massively, but they will be a big part of that, and I expect them to, of course, back us and do everything they can to create another special atmosphere.
Brilliant stuff. Good luck, Thomas.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Hi, Thomas.
Oh, are we? Hi.
Hi, Thomas. Can you hear me? It's Phil.
Yeah. Hi, Phil. Okay, fine. Yes. Yeah.
What was your hangover cure then for everyone after the playoff final? What was your way of getting everyone to deal with it?
I think, of course, I said a few things after the game. Nobody listened, of course. And the day after, maybe they listened a little bit more. But I think that's a little bit down to every single person, how they deal with disappointment. And I think it was good to get away and think about something different. Of course, it's the biggest game in the world, and not only the playoff final, but also football is the biggest game in the world. And it's the most important thing of all the non-important things and all that. But of course, it hurt in a way. I think personally, I can only speak for personally. I try not to think too much about it. Of course, I watched the game back, and of course, I analyze the season, and I do everything I can to what is we need to improve, what do we need to continue with this season, all that. But I try not to think too much about it, because two things: one, of course, it hurts too much. Two, I can't use it to anything. So I try to look forward, look forward.
Looking forward, obviously, there's been lots of speculation about certain players. There's been signings that have been made. On a positive front, forward thinking, Christian Norgard signing a new contract. That speaks volumes about the club, because he's very important to the way that you play. Yeah,
massive. For me, that was a big signing. I know we had him in the club, but still a big signing. I think he is unbelievable important, instrumental to how we play and how we want to create the culture we have around the place, at Jersey Road, on the pitch, off the pitch, and I think he's been that position we missed, if that makes sense. He makes everybody click. He makes everybody better, and he's so crucial for the way we play. We have a lot of important players, but he's just another level, I would say. And I actually think he can still, be better, and he can still, especially make his teammates even better on and off the pitch. So a top one, and as a leader, he's constantly growing. I must say, so extremely important.
And obviously, you mentioned about Ivan Toney coming in. You want him to be another striker rather than a replacement striker. But future-proofing is something that the club have done very, very successfully in the past. if you were to make any further signings between now and the transfer deadline, how much of that is dependent upon deals going the other way?
That's a good question. Right now, of course, if you ask me today, I'm very, very pleased with the squad, and that is, of course, what I'm focusing on. Because now, at this moment in time, all the players we're talking about, the rumours and all that, they are in-house. So right now, I'm very, very happy with that. In general, of course, we always on the front foot, you know that, Phil. If something should happen, but I'm not. Don't want to talk too much about that. I love to speak about the players when we have signed a player.
Yeah. How excited or how much are you looking at test events for supporters being allowed back into sporting arenas? I mean, your soon to be fellow residents at the Brentford Stadium, London Irish, they're playing at a stadium tomorrow. The Stoop hosts fans in rugby. We know that Cambridge United are going to be staging some sort of trial events as well. How important is it to get supporters back safely, of course, but into grounds as soon as possible?
Vital. It's so important we get them back in for everybody. I think for the daily life, people, of course, we need to go back to normality, and for normality is that football is a big part of many people's life. It just makes the life more beautiful, easier, sometimes a little bit more frustrating, interesting, because you just have something to focus on and to share with your friends or family. So for me and for the players, of course, to play in front of fans is just so much bigger. That's just so much more, I don't know, fun, but it just gives you something extra, that edge. To share something with fans is so much more nice to score a goal in a full stadium, and you celebrate with supporters. That is the best feeling.
And just finally, obviously, you've talked about Wycombe and what a great job Gareth has done and how long he's been there. He also, I believe, turns out occasionally for one of his local non-league teams, especially midweek. Do you get much of an opportunity to play a little bit of football elsewhere in your busy schedule, Thomas? I mean, did you get tempted to put the boots on for Ashford Town, Middlesex?
I would speak to Gareth about it. I would love to play some football once in a while. We had a very competitive staff game. Just looking at Kieran here. At St. George's when we went away, and I actually controlled myself this year because I just get so competitive, and I'm not the best player. Of course I can kick a ball, but I'm not the quickest anymore, and it's some of our young staff player, they ran past me, I just kicked them down, and it's not good. But I love to play. I would love to play. I would love to. We do it actually a little bit more, just for fun.
Brilliant. Well, I'll see you Sunday. Best of luck, Thomas.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you.